Now I get it. We all have to go out into the world, preach the gospel, and save some souls. And some of those souls might not even be in the most favorable positions at time. But this pastor, I want you to listen to his justification, if you will, for going to a strip club. Check this out.
So how's everybody doing? This is Pastor Samson Order. I have a question. Was I wrong being in a strip club praying for potential members? Was I wrong for that? Because I was asking a friend of mine, he's like, oh, you're wrong in this and this. I'm like, no. God loves everybody. And he wants us to share our love to everybody. So was I wrong for that? Please. Somebody.
Okay. So, I mean, he's very sweet, very short, very simple in his request. He said a couple things here that I want to really play back. He's asking if he was wrong. Obviously, he had someone come and tell him that he was wrong. And here's what I say when it comes to these things. 9 times out of 10, if you got to question yourself whether you're right or wrong, chances are you're wrong. So you shouldn't do it. Now I understand when it comes to church and it comes to trying to expand the kingdom, and especially pastors, when they're wanting to enlarge the congregation and grow their membership and grow the church, I completely understand all of those things. Now, what I will say is that taking it this far might be a stretch, because this man, I would say, you know what you might be doing. Now, I've seen this happen before, not like me in person, but I've seen churches do this. And one way I would say that it could be done, the only justification I would give, is if you allowed the women's ministry, if you will, if you sent the mothers in the church to the strip club to then pray for those women. But you, my friend, a whole man, I don't think that you should be in that situation, because sometimes, man, we got to use wisdom. Now, on one end, I understand. I mean, we hear it all the time, the scandals that come up with some of the pastors and some of the situations that they get into. You want to flee from this kind of stuff, man. And I think that that's the problem. Moreover, now, if his intent, hear me out on this, if his intent really is pure, it really is a pure intent that he really has hope, that he really has genuine love for these women at the strip club, and he's going and he's praying for them, and he's really doing it genuinely with a pure, clean heart. Okay, kudos. I get it. You know what I mean? You really want to help a generation. You want to turn people away to show them that there's a better way. I totally get that. But it's a tricky line, man. It's a very tricky line, and even he himself knows that it's not right. But I want to play that back. He said a couple things in there. He asked a question on whether he thought he was wrong. I would say that in the whole grand scheme of thing, maybe it ain't so wrong for what he's trying to do, but there's a better way to go about it. Like I said, I would send the women's ministry in there, because buddy, there's a whole bunch of temptation in a strip club for a man. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care if you're a man of God or if you're a man of the world. Temptation is temptation, and it hits a man equally. And I think for a pastor going into a strip club for any reason whatsoever, it's just not a good look. Number one, it's not a good look. Number two, it's not a good decision, just because of what, he could be opening himself up to. I know some people could say that, oh, not all men are like that. And I understand he might be in a different position right now, but just the temptation alone is just not something, especially in that area, and especially the position that he finds himself in as a pastor, in my opinion. And he's asking the question, if he's wrong, I would say that this is not something that a pastor should be doing. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that you would want to see a pastor, anyone's pastor for that matter, at a strip club? I mean, you really shouldn't be able to see anyone at a strip club because you shouldn't be in one. Besides, to me, my honest opinion, man, strip clubs are pretty scary. I just never got the concept of it. It's never really been something I rocked with, never really been something that rocked me. Yeah, this pastor, like I say, I get it, the lengths that people want to go to try and, be unique to try to save a soul. But I'm not saying leave that soul out there. I'm not saying, well, they're already out far bad, so just leave them where you leave them. But what I am going to say is that there is a better way to go about this. And in my opinion, I would say any man or any pastor for that reason who wants to take the the throne himself of going into the strip club to pray for people. I think that man just might know what he's doing, So there's a little bit of me that says, I don't know, Pastor, I think you know what you're doing. But on the other end, man, like I said, if it's being done pure, I think it's cool. But at the end of the day, there definitely is a better way to go about it. And I would send the women's ministry in there.